Depending on God can be difficult in good times and bad times. We can forget about Him in good times, overestimating our contribution to our own well-doing. We can blame God in hard times for not doing enough by our estimation, or underestimating sometimes our contribution to the difficult times, or underestimating the love of God, that He is moving in the midst of our hardship, whether that's individually or within our community. Again, these words from Lamentations 3. The thought of my suffering and homelessness is bitter beyond words. I will never forget this awful time as I grieve over my loss. Yet I still dare to hope when I remember this. Here is our line for today. The Lord is good to those who depend on Him, to those who search for Him. Today, I simply want to remind us that when we seek God with our whole hearts, He promises us that we will find Him. Seeking with our whole hearts, though, isn't about how much we feel we want God. Seeking God with our whole heart is about how much of our heart we are willing to surrender to Him. And this is something we all struggle with. And so let's remember today, we are called to depend upon God with our whole heart. And we can be encouraged to do this because He is good and loves us faithfully, even if and when our whole heart hasn't been engaged in pursuit of Him. Today, I want to read a prayer by an English monk from the 12th century as a spark for our prayers today. Maybe use this as a foundation or base for your own time of just reflection and prayer. Lord, I sometimes wander away from You, but this is not because I am deliberately turning my back on You. It is because of the inconstancy of my mind. I weaken in my intention to give my whole soul to You. I fall back into thinking of myself as my own master. But when I wander from You, my life becomes a burden, and within me I find nothing but darkness and wretchedness, fear and anxiety. So I come back to You and confess that I have sinned against You, and I know You will forgive me. The Lord is good to those who depend on Him, to those who search for Him. So, Father, in confidence in Your goodness, I acknowledge there are places where I have sinned. I acknowledge that I have excused myself in different ways. I acknowledge that there is not a single excuse that is convincing to You or to me. I acknowledge the ways my mind and my heart wander from You. I acknowledge before You the places and ways I want to be my own master. And I acknowledge that when I am my own master, it never leads me to good places, but to darkness, fear, and anxiety. And so, Lord, on the basis of Your love and Your goodness, I ask You, I thank You that I am forgiven. In Jesus, I ask You to show me Your already given provision for resisting a compromise to my whole heart, my whole soul, surrendering to You. I ask You for aid so that I can stand strong. Amen.